Hi, this is Mimi. Welcome back to my channel, and we are back for part 2 of making this little travel journal. First, let's get the signature done. This is my box of everything I use to make books, my bookbinding kit. I even have the We Are Memory Keeper stuff for my cinch book rings. I have an entire drawer dedicated just to bookbinding. So here we go. Here is the signature. Let's move this out of the way and get started. Now I am going to bind my pages together, but I'm going to put them in my journal with elastic. Let's get the black and a needle and some clips and put this aside. In yesterday's video, we did have everything put together in the signature. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, I will have it linked down below if I remember. So we are just going to put this little journal together. I am not measuring. I'm just going to go where I think is the middle, and then up and down. Okay, and let's get some thread here. This is a wax thread. I got this kit on Amazon. I believe it's in my Amazon storefront. If not, it will be. And my Amazon storefront is linked below. I do get a very small commission. It does not cost you any extra. Okay, so here we go. Just a 3-hole pamphlet stitch is all I'm doing. Quick and easy, and then we will get the elastic done on the inside of the journal. Okay, there we go. Pull tight. Make sure your strings, your ends, are on either side of the middle string. Pull tight and knot it. I knot at least 2 times. Okay, I've never had one come apart. I'm going to leave this long because I think I'm going to add a charm here. I think. Depends what kind of charms I find. All right, let's put this away. That was quick, easy, and painless. And then we will get out what I need to... Okay, here, next, my embellishment drawer. I'm going to do the 1/8, and we are going to use black elastic. Okay. Down there, and then we need my crocodile, the Big Bite, and a ruler. I did find my ruler yesterday. It was right in front of my face while I was crafting, because that's how it works. This I want to use on the front cover, so put that aside. Put this aside for now, and let's find the center of the journal. Okay, if you don't know how this Tim Holtz ruler works, it has a 0, and then it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way out to 6 on each side. So to find the center, you put it down and you make sure that each side is the same. So this should be 6 inches, yes. So it'll be 3 and 3 on each side, and the 0 is the middle. And we will just estimate on the actual middle of... So we need to put this at, right, let's do 1/2 inch in from the top and bottom. And I don't actually technically need the big bite today, but we're using it because I don't have to dig this out. It sits on my shelf because it's so big. So let's go to the 1/8, find our mark, which is right there. Punch a hole, go to the other side, punch a hole, and now let's turn these to the correct size for 1/8 eyelets. These eyelets I actually got at Michael's. I've tried to link them many times, but every time I try to link them, for some reason, the Michael's app is just like, nope, we don't want to deal with you today. The Michael's website does not load, or I cannot find them. They're not listed. I did put in my storefront ones from Amazon. Now we're just going to do that, A. Don't forget to move that. There we go. There's our eyelet, and then the next side. Okay, there we go, our eyelets. Now we're gonna push this back so I don't forget and switch these back to the 3/16 little nubs. I don't know what they're called. Okay. Now all we need is some elastic. There we go. Did I lose my scissor? No, I didn't lose it. I actually put it away like a good girl. There we go. Get rid of that. And we're going to wind these through the holes. And I'm going to leave it on the back because I also think here I'm going to add some charms. So we're just going to pull on this so it's tight. And not. And not again. There we go. And that's nice and tight. Okay. And then we just take our signature. And line it up inside. And there we go. There's that. Okay. Nice little journal. There we go. Okay. So we have that here. That closes here. That closes here. And now we just need some tags. We need a tag that'll go in here under this belly band, and this size is what? It is, we'll make a 2.5 inch tag. I kept my leftovers from making the journal. So I'm just going to use this cut too, which is perfect. 2 tags. And then what do we need? What size can fit here? This is what? Not quite a 2. So 1 3/4. I'll do the same thing. Cut 1 3/4. That's 2 again. I can go here and let's cut a little off the top. So let's cut about 1 inch off the top. And I guess these need to be trimmed too. Cut 1 inch. Okay, these I will save to make labels. Let's put those aside. And is there anything else? Yes, there's a pocket. So how big? 1 3/4 again. Okay, so once again, we take this, 1 3/4. Okay, and cut off 1 inch. All right, now what we're going to do is decorate these tags. Also, I need to get my tag corner punch. Here it is. And I like to round the corners. So my corner rounder. And now that I pulled out punches, I'll just pull out my hole punch here. So, first things first, we also need, what was I using yesterday? Ground espresso. Okay. Let's ink these tags up. At least the back side. I'm not putting anything on the back side. This will be a good place for journaling. So we'll ink up all the backs. Oh, tell me down in the comments, are you an inker or not an inker? I'm really curious to know. I didn't realize it was such a thing that people don't like to ink and they don't like the look. Personally, I can take it or leave it, but I think something that is using this vintagey paper needs it. This is so stark beige, cream colored, that it would look weird, to me anyway, if you did not ink these papers, because the collection is so vintage. Not inking, I think, would look weird. Now, when you're doing something bright and colorful with brand new papers and that kind of thing, you don't need to ink. But if you do, I feel like inking with a bright color instead of a ground espresso or a walnut stain or a vintage photo would be better than... Oh my gosh, I just completely lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. I think that inking bright papers with something like a pink or a purple that matches is better than using the ground espresso, that kind of stuff. I think that's where I was going with that. I really lost my train of thought. Okay. Oh, there's my dog. Somebody must be here. Okay, let's find a paper that we can use to cover these tags. Oh, what about that? I kind of like that, so we can cover with some of that and some of this. Okay. So I need my trimmer again. Don't mind. I've said it before, but if you're new to my videos, I have very little room to work. My desk is... Hold on, I'm measuring it right now. Oh, are you ready? 25 inches long and 18 inches this way, 24 inches this way. 24, 18. It's very small. I craft in my room, so I don't really have a lot of places to go. As a matter of fact, I don't have any place to go. I'm adrift here. So we'll do what? 4.5, and this was 1 3/4. So 4.5. 4.5. And a little less than 1 3/4. Okay. I have what? 6, so I'll cut 3 of these. 1 3/4. Okay, 1 3/4. Okay, and this is what? Help if I paid attention to the measurements. Still 1 3/4. Okay, and then we're gonna move on to the next paper. And and this one. Okay. There's something that I guess I should inform everybody. I'm so bad at this. I don't really plan my projects. I have a plan of what I want to make. You know, I already forgot what that said. 2.5. I have a plan of what I want to make. I knew I wanted to make this journal, but other than that, I did not have a plan of what I wanted to do with it. I knew what the base would look like, and that is it. So when I look like I'm a little bit lost, I'm actually not lost. I'm just thinking because I don't plan anything. The most I had, and I don't have my notebook over here to show you, I have a composition notebook that I write all my ideas for YouTube, TikTok, Instagram down. And I just go from there, and this literally said the instructions that I had written down to make the base of the album, and that was it. So I didn't have a lot of information even about this journal. It's just a remake from a journal I have already made. So I didn't really have much to go on, is my point. So I may look like I'm a little lost, but I'm not. Okay. Let's glue these down. And I'm gluing them down before I punch the tag shape and all that, just so I don't have to then figure out where to punch everything else. I'm just punching it all at one time. It's not that big deal to me that you're not going to see the matted. I'll show you what I mean. Hold on. Okay, so let's take this one. Going to punch. See, that doesn't bother me. I could punch these. I'll do one to show you. Punch this. Punch this. And then when I line it up, you'll still see that little, basically a mat. Here you don't. That doesn't bother me. I don't care about that. Okay, so I feel like people are here. So this is the last of the live. I'm going to switch to voiceover after this. Okay, we are back, and I am now in voiceover mode, and I'm just putting the papers on my tags. I cut this one a little too big. I don't know how I did that. I try to be very careful. I don't know how I actually cut it a little too big, but I did. So I'm just trimming it down with my favorite. I love this mini guillotine trimmer. If you do a lot of crafting and a lot of working with paper and like smaller paper. So if you're trimming down photos or cut aparts, even with the trimmer I have, and I have the trimmer that has the wire so you can see where you're cutting by Fiskars, I still will get other pieces of paper and like my cut aparts and such. I don't believe that's on me. I'm starting to think that the paper's printed a little crooked because I try my hardest to cut it straight and sometimes it just doesn't happen that way. The mini guillotine is amazing for that. First of all, a guillotine, love one. I have a large one I use to cut chipboard. That's the only thing I use it for. It is a cheap swing line. What is it? Something like that. One on from Amazon. It is linked in my store. And the link is down below in the description box. And that's what I use only to cut chipboard. I used to use just my trimmer and replace the blade, but that got to be a pain in the butt. So my boyfriend bought me the larger guillotine, and it's great. If you can have a guillotine
do it. Now, I just showed you my pen. I keep breaking my pins and bending them. I don't know what's going on with me, but thankfully I did buy a replacement pack, so I have like 6 pins left. But this little mini guillotine from Tim Holtz is perfect for just trimming off the littlest bit or cutting apart photos. I do use all my photos come out on a 4x6. I do 4 2x3 photos on a 4x6 photo paper, and using the mini guillotine is perfect for trimming those apart. It's one of the purchases that I am so glad that I bought. Also, this here is a little angle corner punch that I got on Amazon. I got it on sale for like $6.99. That's also linked in my storefront. It has 3 different size angles for different size. I use it to make tags, and it works great. It works just as well, if not better, than some of the more expensive ones. The only thing is it doesn't cut through. I think the most I've cut through is 3 layers. 3 layers of paper is the most I can cut through at one time with that, which is fine with me. I don't have to cut a bunch at the same time. Here I am though. I did start doing a quarter round on the bottom and decided I didn't like that, so I went back with the 1/2 inch rounded corners. So I'm just repunching the bottoms. So here we are with these tags, and let me tell you, I love a good tag. If you're a journaler, I don't know who doesn't, as a journaler, love a good tag. However, I see these creators who have these amazingly decorated tags, and they look so good. But I can't do that. I've tried. I love the look of it, but it's not me. So we're going Mimi style. That's how we're going to do it. I love the look. And there are some creators out here that have just beautiful tags that they make. But I'm just I don't like a lot of stuff. I don't like to overcrowd everything. If you've watched some of my stuff so far, you'll see that I've said that, especially when I was making my folio. If you've seen that folio that I made, that one, I was just like, I can't put too much on something. So these tags get decorated, but they're not going to get decorated over the top. They're going to be my style of decorating. If you like over the top decorating, let me know down in the comments. Like, do you feel how I feel? Or do you like watching somebody like scrapbooking with me, where they just layer upon layer upon layer, or Kathy's Garden, where the layer, and they look so beautiful. They really do, but I can't do it. When I do it, I don't feel like it looks good. Like, I just don't feel like it looks good. I always second guess myself, and that is something that I have to work on, is second guessing myself and hating the things that I do. There are some things that I look at it and I'm like, I love this. This is amazing. And there's other things that I'm like, nope, this was not good. And then people love it. And I'm like, but I hate it. Anyway, let me get off my little ranting soapbox. Voiceover Mimi is very awkward. I apologize for that. But I'm just inking up the other side of these tags that I didn't ink up in the first place. I wanted to ink it up after the paper was on, and because I repunched everything, I go back and I ink where I repunched everything on the back. And then I think what I'm going to end up doing is pulling out my eyelets and adding eyelets to this. Yes. I decided to add eyelets to every tag. It's not because I'm worried about it ripping. It's thick paper. It's because I want to complete the look. I want it to look finished more than I want it to support that hole and support that tag, because I will be putting twine in the holes also. I just think an eyelet is sometimes such a great finishing look on a project. Now, I always only ever buy this same kit. This is also linked in my storefront down in my description box. I like the colors. I would love to buy some of the shaped ones, but man, they're expensive. If you know of a place to get shaped eyelets at a good price, let me know. I would really like some flowers and hearts for some of my other, especially when I'm making a journal. I would really love those kind of eyelets, but every time I look for them, they're very expensive, and I already spend a lot of money on paper crafting. I really don't want to um, be spending a fortune on eyelets just because they're a shape. You know what I mean? Do you feel the same way? I spend so much money. I can't afford to just be like, oh, let's go buy some shaped eyelets that are $10 for 10. It's ridiculous. Okay. Sorry, that's another little mini rant. But it is. Paper crafting supplies can be super expensive. And if you want to make any content, you need the supplies. But how can you afford the supplies? It's ridiculous. So here I am. I'm ready to start decorating my tags. I had this coffee dyed paper left over from making the signature for the journal. So I'm just taking little pieces of it and going to glue them on and then find stickers to add. As I said before, I'm not the biggest decorator. I kept the back of the tags blank because that's where I personally would put journaling. I am actually going to be putting this journal up for sale. As you're seeing this album, it is already in as you're seeing this video, sorry about that. It is already listed in my Etsy shop. But yes, this will be for sale. So for me, I would use the back of these tags for journaling. That's what I would use them for. So the front is the only thing that's going to get decorated. I believe when you're making any kind of journal or album, I want spots for journaling. I want to be able to write down on this tag here that we went to see some castle in Ireland and how great was it, and tell a little story about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to do. And even then, I don't need the photo on the tag. I could put the photo in the pocket the tag is in. I could put the photos in the journal and then add a bunch of journaling on the tags and connect that tag to the page. You know what I mean? Like, there's more than to do with a tag than just having a pretty tag, is I guess what I'm saying. So I'm, like I said, voiceover Mimi is awkward. I'm very, very sorry about that. I will continue to apologize because I'm so sorry. Okay, so we're putting on this last piece of coffee dye paper, and I've been struggling with my glue bottle lately. I need to either fill it or maybe I just need a new glue bottle. I definitely need to replace the pin. I'm going to be honest, I filmed this days ago and I still haven't replaced my pin. It's still bent and in the bottle. I just keep forgetting. Okay, so now we're going to pull out stickers and start putting stickers on the tags. These stickers were a little hard to work with. They were so big. I mean, Paper companies, I'm going to tell you something. You don't have to make everything so big. Sometimes we want smaller stickers. Sometimes we want to put 4 or 5 stickers on one little thing and make a cluster. Sometimes we want small stickers. Not everything has to be huge. I just go through and I find some stickers to put on all the tags, and then that's it for the tags. I did really enjoy this collection. As a matter of fact, I am in the middle of filming, so look forward to this video using up the rest of the paper pad. I want to get rid of paper pads, paper collections, all of those things, because I have so many and I want to start using them. And my plan is when I make projects out of a paper pad or collection kit, I'm then going to try my hardest to use up the rest of it, even just using, like, just making pockets or tags or whatever and putting them aside. That way, when I need something, I have them. Okay, here I pull out this twine I just found in my one drawer. I don't know where it came from. And I'm just going to use that to tie through the eyelets. Because this is another thing that finishes off a tag. You really do need a ribbon, a twine, something to come out of the eyelet. Excuse me, I really need a drink. Hold on. So that's all I'm going to do here. And then I believe I go through and put them where they belong. Like I said, I did film this days ago. And I got interrupted so many times when I filmed this video. The amount of times I had to pause or stop the video and then come back to it, which is another reason that my voiceover is so weird and choppy, is because I'm voiceovering like a bunch of different videos at one time. I don't know why I didn't just put them together and do the voiceover now that I'm thinking about it. Brain fart. That's all I can say. That I didn't think about it. And if somebody would have been here to say, hey, why don't you do it this way? I would have. Why are these thoughts not in my head when I start? I'm not sure. But I will make a note for next time. That's what I'll do. Oh, now I'm sorry. I'm just rambling. I ramble. Tell me also, when you see a video like this where where somebody's doing a voiceover, would you rather have the video sped up and a voiceover done with a sped up video? See, if this is TikTok or Instagram or Facebook where I'm doing a reel, I would have had this video sped up like 7 times fast and set it to music. I found when I was posting videos before that music videos did not get a lot of views. So I feel like everybody likes to hear the talking. Correct me if I'm wrong. But maybe when I have to do a voiceover, I should, and I just noticed I'm really not on screen here, I should speed it up and then do the voiceover. Please let me know that, because I will gladly speed everything up 2 times if I'm doing a voiceover. That's not a big deal to me. I'm used to doing that. And I think I would prefer that. You let me know. Okay. Now that this is done, I believe, yep, I dug out some items. I paused the video, dug out some items, and I'm working right now on the cover. I'm going to get the cover done so I can add a closure to the journal. And here I am, I'm just going to layer a few pieces. Like I said, I'm not, you would think after all of this time of me making journals and paper crafting, I'd be a little bit better at this, but I'm not. So I'm just making a little cluster on the front cover, and then I will go from there. I really did like this cut apart here though. I'm glad that I put it on the front cover. I'm glad that it didn't fit wherever. I don't remember. Was I going to make a pocket with it? I believe I was going to try and make a pocket of it, and I'm glad that I couldn't, and I'm happy with it on the front cover. Because to me, that is what a journal is about, telling your stories. I'm going to clip it down so it doesn't move, even though Barely Art glue is super fast. I found when I put this on, it was kind of popping up right there. So I clipped it so it would dry. And now I have this random button. We all have a button collection. My button collection is from my parents. So I found this random brown button, and that's what I'm going to use as my closure. So I'm just pulling out some elastic. Once again, this elastic I do have linked in my storefront. You get a lot for the little amount that you pay for it. And you get it's black and white in the package. It's great. I've used it so much and it has not snapped. It's been really great. I'm just here now. I'm going to run the elastic through the holes so it looks like the button is sewed. So that's what I'm going to do here. And then I end up hot gluing it onto the cover. Hot glue works best with buttons. It dries fast, and I'm sorry, I'm off screen again. I'm at the age where I wear bifocals, so I was having trouble. I remember having trouble seeing the holes to put the button on. While that's drying and my hot glue gun was heating up, I decided to put on some charms. I found these charms just randomly in my stash of charms. I don't know where they came from, so I can't let you know. I'm sorry about that. They were just random charms that I found. I actually think the one I'm tying on now was from a necklace that my mom made me once upon a time, but it broke. And then the other one I tie on is just a simple key. That's all. So I tie it on the end of the elastic and I put in a double knot so they don't pop open. And then I'm just going to add the key charm and do the same thing. I like the tassels people put on things. I really do. I love them and I wish I could make them. But I don't have the supplies that people have. But just adding a simple charm to the ends of the elastic, I think is a great way to bring in a little bit of bling. And I do not end up adding a charm hanging out of the signature. That's why that piece is long and I was planning on it and I changed my mind. Okay, so now everything's dry. My heat gun's ready to go. My hot glue gun is ready to go. It's been a long day. I didn't get much sleep last night. I kept waking up and had weird dreams. Very weird dreams. I had a dream that I went to a buffet in a mall and my boyfriend paid for us. And every time I tried to get food, there were no plates. Like, there was no plates anywhere. The buffet didn't have plates. It was a very bizarre dream. And he got so mad at me for not eating, but I'm like, no, there's no plates. So here I'm just figuring out where I want to wrap this and how long it should be. Should I wrap it once? Should I wrap it twice? I decided once was good enough. So I'm tying the knot and then looping it over to make sure it fits around the button. Now, when you add a button for a closure like this and you're using the hot glue, Make sure you don't glue all around the button. You want your closure to go underneath a little bit. I'm going to trim that up. And then I believe that's almost it. I think I do a quick little flip through, and while I'm doing a little flip through, I add some more stickers to the papers. So here we go. Here's the tags. I think this came out so cute as a nice vintage travel journal. The original one I made for TikTok was a bright forest themed journal. It is obviously still posted on my TikTok. My TikTok link is also listed in the description. You can go down there and check out what the original one looked like. Like I said, that one sold very quickly, but it was a forest with mushrooms and it was really cute. This one is perfect for the lovers of all things vintage. This was a great collection for a nice little vintage travel journal. So I'm just adding a few little last second stickers. Like I said, I'm trying to get rid of everything, and that includes the stickers. I want to get rid of everything in a paper collection. I was supposed to be in a no spend 2023. Yeah, I know. But that did not come to pass. I spent almost immediately. I mean, there's things you need, right? You run out of glue, you run out of tape, you need replacements. But I ended up buying more paper, so I really need to get rid of paper. I'm going to find a sticker to go there. I need to make a video on all the ways to get rid of paper pads. That's what I think. I'm going to have to think of some good ideas of how to get rid of 12 by 12 sheets of paper. As many projects from one sheet. Okay, that sticker is way too big. I will end up finding another sticker to go there just to dress up the front of this signature. And then I believe it's almost over. It's almost done with. Like I said, this journal is currently on my Etsy shop unless it has sold. If it's sold, I will mark that in the description and the title. I appreciate you watching. Like this video, subscribe, do all the things, and come back for another video. Come back to see what I do with the rest of the paper from this paper pad. That's what I think is going to be interesting. I mean, I know I already started, so I know what's going on, but I'm really hoping that'll become a series that I can start using up a paper pad. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video.